Welcome back to the channel, and in this video I'll be going over the color page. Now this is the color page. What is the color page? The color page is where you'll be doing all the color corrections. Anything that is created from color adjustments, saturation, selecting certain parts of the image and adjusting its exposure. The color page will open up from the same timeline from the cut page or the edit page, since all the pages in DaVinci share the same timeline, which is a good where you have to export from a different program and correct the color, then import it back into DaVinci. To give your project more depth or a mute tone, go to color page and do the same basic corrections. And have some artists, you can also switch back between the color page and the edit page. You can go back and forth with no issues. So you see how when you go back to your edit page, see how the color looks. You want to go back to the color page and change the color more. The timeline, we add the footage, the timeline will be here. This is the scope of the frame. This right here is your viewer. So any footage you have down here in the timeline will appear in the viewer. Right here is the timeline. All your clips will be down here. Whichever thumbnail you have selected will be in the viewer and will be the one you will be working on. This is a toolbar right here. Right here is your camera raw. You also have color match. This is your primary color wheels. This is your high dynamic range color wheel, RGB mixture, motion effects, curves, customs, curve selection, color wrap, hue saturation, quantifier. This is your tracker window. This is your blur. This is where your key are at. This is your sizing. And this is 3D. Mostly for your color correction, you're gonna be on the primary color wheel. So with this clip that's selected, you want to brighten it so it looks more heavily, or dim it where it was more dark tone. Now the color correction will only apply to the selected clip. You have to make an adjustment to every single clip. All of your color adjustment will take place in the color wheels. There are 4 of them. You have lift, gamma, gain, and offset. Lift darkens the image. Gamma is your midtones. Gain is just to brighten the parts of the image. Offset changes the whole image. So we could take the gain, maybe brighten the image up a little bit. Take the lift, maybe darken it just a little. Take offset and offset just a little bit. And right here you got now here at the bottom of your color wheels, you have color boost, shades. You have your color boost. You also have shades. You have highlights, saturation, hues, lump mix. And here you also, you want to adjust the saturation. You can maybe bring it down a little bit. Shadows, you want to add extra shadows to it. Maybe you see, turn it all the way down, there's shadows in the back. Bring it back up a little bit. Color boost, maybe boost the color up just a little bit. This is your hues. If you want to, they don't really change it too much, and then that looks about good enough for it. Or drag it to the left to darken the image. Now you can double click on it to reset them. We'll go back to the default setting of the gain that when we brighten it up. Now here is your curves. Just like in Photoshop, if you are familiar with Photoshop, it is the same principle. We have hue versus hue. I don't know what the fuck that is. Now there's some other curves you can also go to. You go to the second curve, which is just hue versus hue. It's basically change the color from what it already is. All I do is take the eyedropper tool, see I can pick this, and right here these dots pop up on the line. You take it and just adjust the color of it. To me right here is the color I'm changing, and you see it's changing from various different colors. Not changing all that much, just slightly, just a little bit. Too much and it's like a whole different color. You want to go with Just a little bit, possibly go too much. It's a whole different color. The hues will change. It's just a slightly little bit. The hue doesn't change too much from the color. Now here is the window, which is just basically a mask. So this is just come out here and click on one of the icons right here, and it's basically just a mask where you can do color corrections inside of this mask only. It's only inside this select the shape, and you can break up the adjustments you want to make inside nose, where you break the colors up inside the shape. You can basically go up to the here, corrections. I think this is your group of corrections. Come up to it, right click on it. You come down to add node, add serial, which is just another node that comes after another node. Now I can select this node, and now it's another group of corrections. Let's say I want to add more contrast to it. I could come up, change it, grab this. I go to primary color wheel, desaturate just a little bit, or saturate a little bit. You can also come up to the specific node and click on the dimmer and turn it off and on. This way your original image color doesn't change. See, it works just like a mask. It works just like a mask where you can cut the mask on and off in Photoshop, where the original image still has its original color. All the color has been done on the node, which is mark the mask. Basically on your color corrections and parts of the nodes. This is really good, so you want to use like this mask, so you can build your color grades and parts inside the nodes. And it's really helpful if you want to use more things like the U curves. Do you want to make it more fancier? It's easier to do it inside of a node. Only do it outside the shape though. Then won't affect anything outside the circle. Like if I just want to only change this one tomato, it won't affect this other tomato over here.
Mask that out. So that's a really nice way to work.
I can just mask it out, which is a good way to work. Come here to the right, click on these diamonds, and here's your keyframe to your lower right. You use these to adjust your video animation. Right here is your video scopes, the ones you saw me using earlier. They pop up a lot. These are my video scopes. They was right here while I'm doing my adjustment to my color gradients. While doing adjustment to the color wheels, you saw the video scopes right here. Here are your keyframes right here. So you can tell these are the warm colors and these are the more cool colors. Well, this is basically it. Those are just some of the bases of it. You can do way more stuff. I did tell you more about some of the tools in the toolbars. There's way more stuff to come that you can do with on the color page. Way more advanced things. One thing I'll often show you is just how to copy and paste this to another clip. You can copy and paste the same color gradient to another clip, so that whatever clip you want to copy to, you go back to the clip where you want to apply it from, right click on it, apply grade, and there, see, just copy it over. Make sure you had a clip selected that you want to copy the grade from, and then go to the clip that you want to apply it to, then right click on it and apply grade to the clip. That's a quick way to copy over. Quick and easier way to do it. You also go back to the edit page and you see all the color gradients are applied to the clips that we applied them to. Except for the first one, all the other clips had the color grade applied to them. There's also another feature in DaVinci. Instead of coloring like all the clips one by one, you come up to these two dots right up here, clip, right? So you want to come up to the second dot where it says timeline. You want to right click in the gray area, add a corrector node. You want to connect the green outputs. So this way, when you do any color correction to this node, you'll add to all the timelines at once. This way, you don't have to do it individual on all the clips. You can add the same color to the same clips. You got more of a green tint to it. This is for the individual clips we did. This is for the one we connected to the timeline. So just remember, if you want to add the same color correction to all your clips, come up to the two dots, click on timeline, and just connect these two nodes, two green ones. You can connect them all to the same clip very easily. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more. Click the notification bell so you know when new video is posted. Share the video. Drop a comment in the comment section if the video was helpful for you in DaVinci color page. Now I'll talk to you later. I'm out. Peace.